And welcome back again to the Crypto Hulk Show. Oh my God, great one lined up. A lot of stuff with Ripple going on. That might take half the show. And that's for show. First five people: Crypto Bat, Gordon, Logan, Wayne Crypto, Chris Sharpie, MAB, 19, Wayne Crypto again, Crypto Greek, 552 man, and I think that'll be it. Let me check out the bottom part here of the top shot. I'm going to soak in these deep dive gems. Let's get into a deep dive. We're going to hit the Ripple settlement agreement of 2015. We're going to dive into that near the end. Let's talk about the news that's happening right meow. And let me save this right there. Hold on a minute. Okay. Let's see what we got in the news. I think something's coming. My bullshit meter went off today a few times. I don't know when it's coming, but something's happening. There's a transformation of Ripple as we know it today and everything attached to it. All the people, the businesses, the XRP, the escrow, and oh man. Let's look at what I've been telling you for about 5 years. It looks like the Treasury, in my opinion, is getting ready to take this XRP off Ripple's hands and control it. I've only been telling you that now 5.5 years. Not a big deal, though. Who's counting, right? Pretty soon it'll be 6. Here's the title: Ripple Reality Check. Brad Garlinghouse insists XRP is not governed by Ripple and that XRP has no CEO. Okay, short little article here, straight to the point. XRP is not controlled by Ripple. It's a decentralized, community-driven ecosystem. Amid the ever-growing debate about cryptocurrency governance, market analyst ex-crypto recently highlighted a crucial clarification regarding XRP and its perceived leadership. Now, contrary to popular belief, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, does not act as the CEO of XRP. In fact, Ripple does not control the digital asset at all. Okay. This is on a X page by somebody by the name of XAIF Crypto. Brad Garlinghouse. And then semicolon. Brad Garlinghouse says, XRP does not have a CEO. Ripple does not control XRP. Brad Garlinghouse goes on to say in this video, I'm not going to play the video here, it's open source, decentralized, and the community decides. Amendments have passed even when Ripple opposed them. That's 80% validator approval, not company control. The XRP system is bigger than anyone. Let's click on that. Than any one person. So here's Brad Garlinghouse. There's a video here. I don't know how long. Let me play it. Okay. I clicked on it and I watched it. what we got going on is Ripple, the XRP ledger itself is open source, so anybody can build on it. You got Visa shown here, Visa, Amazon Web. We can go on and on. Ripple's probably got 300 businesses that build on this XRP ledger. We're going to get into this today. There's a lot of mystery. I know it's the government who's basically made all this, but we're going to get into this. Let me scroll down. XRP stands apart from traditional corporate systems. Unlike centralized network, XRP, it runs on an open source, decentralized protocol where no single entity controls its direction. Network upgrades and changers are decided collectively by a global group of validators, ensuring that XRP's evolution is guided by consensus and not by any company or individual. KIF XRP stipulates that XRP ledger amendments can pass even against Ripple's opposition. It requires an 80% validator approval. The community-driven process prevents any single entity from controlling the network, underscoring XRP's true decentralization. Now, you can build a permissioned walled garden on the XRP ledger, like having private ledgers and stuff. You can build on the ledger itself's decentralized, but you can put like your own little private ledger in there so not everybody can get in there and all that stuff. Meanwhile, XRP's community-driven structure enhances its credibility in the digital asset space. While Ripple drives adoption and innovation, the independent network of validators ultimately shapes the ledger's direction. This decentralized governance sets XRP apart from many other blockchains projects, defining its unique role as a digital currency. Oh, right there. Ripple, not even Ripple or individuals control the network. While Ripple plays a key role in adoption and innovation, XRP's direction is shaped by collective governance, showcasing the power of decentralized decision-making in blockchain evolution. Okay, now that we have that article out of the way, let me show you this. So you have this ledger that a group of mystery people made, and one of them is David Schwartz, but there's other people we don't know, the government agents and stuff, and David Schwartz is most likely a government agent. They made this ledger, and then they have validators, and then validators, you can always add more validators because 80% of the validators have to agree on some kind of an amendment, and then they can do it. So let me show you something here on who's also in charge of the XRP ledger. They don't really like to talk about this a whole lot, but I do. You never hear it coming up on any other channel except mine. What we got here is this. About a year ago, let me turn this off. What we got going on is this. I don't know how to put this. I don't like it personally. What we have here is the XRP Ledger Foundation is controlled by the French government. Now, I want you to imagine this. You have XRP, Ripple Labs, and all this secret shit going on, OpenCoin, NewCoin, and all this stuff, and Jed McCaleb, and a whole bunch of three-letter government agency shit. All this stuff is American, we think. I've always felt it's the top 5 families of the world telling the governments how they want it to go down. So the top 5 families of the world pick 3 of the top governments, Russia, China, and the United States. And you got Ripple in the United States, you got Ripple China, and you got Ripple Russia. So I've already established that fact. That's not normal. There's no fucking way Ripple in 2014, January, would hook up Russia. That's not possible. As a startup company, there's no fucking way that would happen. And then how would our Defense Department allow that? Okay? No other channels talking about this. These people have no fucking clue. That's why I watch Crypto Hulk channel. Now, this is the expert channel right here. It's the evidence. The evidence is the expert, not me. It's the evidence. This title of this article is called The Evolution of the XRP Ledger Foundation. Then colon, a new era for the XRP ledger. Earlier this year, this is 2024, November, so a little over a year ago. Earlier this year, a transformative evolution of the XRP ledger was announced. Organizations including XRPL Commons, XRP Labs, Ripple, XAO DAO, a community DAO, have started the process of establishing a new, inclusive, and visible XRP Ledger Foundation. Now, this is interesting. I don't know why they need to make like a new foundation or whatever. What I feel this is the new, and I can't say world, and I can't say order, getting control over everything regarding money in the world so they can enslave everybody down the road in the future. That's what I believe this is. The foundation to provide long-term security. Why is this leaving the United States and going to Paris? Like, why? Have you ever heard Ripple explaining all this? I never heard any of it. Have you ever heard any other channel a year ago? The past year I've been going over this. Nobody else is talking about this. I'm just wondering why. So we have Ripple and their ledger and their XRP Ledger Foundation, everything, and it's all leaving and going to Paris. Kind of like Madeline. Let's continue. So we look right here. Crypto Hulk, are you serious? Shut up. The XRP Foundation to provide long-term security coordination and effective decentralized contributions to the XRP ledger, while at the same time promoting enhanced collaboration between community members. Let's read down here. Today, November 26, 2024, a milestone has been reached as the incorporation documents for the new XRP Ledger Foundation were filed in France today. So it seems to me that the XRPL Foundation, it's definitely a corporation. It moved to France for an evolution. For some reason, it's evolving. Maybe it used to be a monkey. This nonprofit association, governed by French 1901 law, has been filed under the name XRP Ledger Foundation. The decision to incorporate in France aligns with the original objectives laid out in the XRPL.org post August 10th, 2024, and marks a new chapter in the Foundation's history. The XRP Ledger Foundation will operate under French law, with the Paris Court of Appeals having exclusive jurisdiction over disputes. Now, this is very, very interesting, everybody. As part of this incorporation of the new foundation, a comprehensive set of bylaws has been established to ensure effective governance. What I'm just showing you here, it almost makes me feel like all the old world, England, France, Russia, all the people that used to control the world in the old days, they're still alive. They're calling the shots. They used America fintech like slaves to create the slave system, and you got people out there going, go Ripple, yeah, David Schwartz, Brad Garleyhouse, woo, fanboy, make me a slave, hurry up, I want to be a slave. That's all that I see happening. This thing goes to France. Hey, thank you, America, for building this. We'll take it from here. Okay, we'll take it from here. And I'm like, wow. So let's look right here really quick. Speaking of France, so France went ahead and took control of the XRP ledger, even though Brad Garlinghouse says it's the community owned. That's why the French took control of the ledger. Okay. We have some here called Ripple Labs and Fedora Bank. This is still on the XRP website. We have 2014. What we have here is Ripple Labs announces Fedora Bank as the first bank in the entire world to use the Ripple protocol. Ripple out of San Francisco, rather than choosing any bank in the whole United States, for some reason in 2014, seems to go outside of the United States to Germany to hook up their Ripple tech into a German bank. Imagine that. So here it is right here. Here's your article. I will copy and paste it for you so you can see the dumb shit shenanigans that are going on. Just thought I'd let you see. No other channels showing you all these connections. These people have no clue. And plus, by now, their show would be over already. 15, 16 minutes? Whoo-wee, can't have a show that long. God forbid you teach anything at all. That takes time. Now we look here. Where is that Wikipedia article? I think it's gone, disappeared. We're going to look at a Wikipedia article. And I'm going to show you that after Fedora Bank went, Germany was the first place Ripple went. I'm going to show you something here. And you're going to see you're going to see a connection of the old world. All the power of the French, then the French lost power, and then Germany at one point was running the world with Hitler and shit like that, all that crazy fucking shit. So now let's look at where did Crypto Hulk. We're looking at a Wikipedia page. It says Fedora Bank. Fedora Bank was a German direct bank and that operated from 2009 until 2023. If we look down here under the history section, in 2015, now listen to this, we know that from the Ripple article, Fedora Bank was a German bank that partnered with Ripple in 2014. 2 years later, it shows right here, in July 2016, that's 2 years later, it was announced that Fedora Bank was being bought by France. What? France's BPCE group. It's a government-owned bank. So Ripple starts in Germany. 2 years later, the French bank owns it. The French government bank owns Fedora Bank. Bye-bye, Germany. It was almost as if Ripple wanted to hook up Germany with all their tech, give them all the XRP ledger and all that, and then France got second dibs, sloppy seconds. That's how I see it. It's just my opinion. Just little old me. What the fuck do I know, right? Now, here's an article. We're still reading. Here's the French BPC Bank right here. The same one. The same bank that bought Fedora Bank is in the news again. Now, let's see what they're doing. Larry Brotherton. Thank you very much, Larry. Now, let's look right here. What is this French bank doing? Something very interesting. Notice how they're ahead of the United States. All this is done on purpose. I'm showing you. Germany gets hooked up first with all the goodies and the Christmas presents. Then it's France. In the United States, we're the ones who made all that shit. We have to sit over here with Gary Gensler with our thumb up our ass for 4 years. French banking giant that bought Fedor Bank, Ripple's first partner, it's called BPCE. Wow, it's the same one, Crypto Hulk. Yep, they also own the XRP ledger. But Brad Garlinghouse didn't tell everybody that. He just wants to tell them that the community owns it. But that's why the French took the XRP ledger and Fedor Bank and shit like that. Not a big deal. French banking giant BPCE to roll out what? Crypto trading. And guess who it's for? 2 million retail, that's me and you, retail clients. Very, very interesting. See how all this is done on purpose? It's like America is like the little bitch of the German and the French. We create this shit, and all of us are thinking, oh yeah, we're going to get rich. And then we're watching the Germans and the French roll it out before us. And Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz don't say a fucking thing about that, do they? No, no, no. You know why? Because they're part of the machine. But all the fanboys go, Ripple, Monica Long, yeah. My fan, let's go to the Ripple proper party, man. These people are so fucking stupid. These other YouTube channels that actually have Ripple events, they have no fucking clue. Not a clue. That's why they're there, trying to promote Ripple. Yeah, let's have a Brad Garlinghouse interview. Hey, Brad, I really want to appreciate you showing up to our function here. David Schwartz, yeah, David Schwartz, thank you for showing up at the function too. We really appreciate it. Go Ripple! Oh my God, how sad. And there's grown men that go to those Ripple conferences thinking that they're somebody. They're part of the XRP family. That is sad. Very, very sad. They're going to look back one day and be like, damn, how was I that fucking stupid? I should have watched Crypto Hulk. The service for BPCE Bank of France, the service will allow customers to buy and sell Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and USDC through a separate digital account managed by Hexark. HEXARQ. Oh, fucker. So let's keep going here. Let me get this going. So we're looking here. The French banking group BPCE will start offering crypto trading services to 2 million customers through its Banque Populaire and Caisse d'Épargne. Bologna, s'il vous plaît. Est-ce que mange? With plans to expand to 12 million customers next year. So they're just going to start just with 2 million right now. And then next year, there'll probably be at least, 16 million. Only 8 times, 800% increase. Not a big deal. The service will allow customers to buy, sell those cryptos I already talked about with a €3 monthly fee and 1.5% transaction commissions. Oh, hot damn. The move follows similar by European banks such as BBVA, Ripple Partner, Santander, Ripple Partner, Raiffeisen Bank, Ripple Partner, which have already started offering crypto trading services to their customers. Major French bank that bought Ripple's Fedor Bank, BPCE, is set to start offering crypto trading services to retail customers starting Monday, which is right about meow. Okay. Customers of 4 regional banks. I'm not going to name off these French banks. I don't want to show off my French skills. All right. So I won't say the names of these banks, but it's going to allow customers to buy, sell Bitcoin and some of that other useless shit they got up there. The rollout will reach around 2 million customers, 12 million. Okay, we said that. I don't know why this shit keeps repeating itself. Here they go again. It's a $2.99 euro. Okay, it's $3.48 in America, and $1.50 commission with a minimum charge of €1 per trade. A BPCE representative said the phased launch is designed to monitor adoption and system performance before scaling. So they want to let some of the common, hey, if they let us do that shit, they'd be in big trouble because we're going to pump dump and shit. And they're going to have to shut that exchange down. We've had them do that before where they've shut down cryptos because of us. So you better tell them, don't let Crypto Hulk fans on that thing because we're going to tear that fucking thing up. You're going to start off real small. You better open it up. You better open up with all liquidity because when Crypto Hulk show gets on that thing, whoo-wee, it's going to be smoking hot. You better have enough liquidity. We're going to find the smallest market cap coin you got and dump millions into it, okay? Crypto Hulk show has dumped at one crypto $20 million. So we do have an ability. If you guys get really greedy and itchy, you want to start spending money, you crazy bastards out there can raise about 20 million and bump a crypto off of an exchange. We have to shut down an exchange like Uphold because we were trading too hard on Uphold. BBVA allows crypto trading directly in its Spanish banking app, while Santander's Open Bank offers access to 5 cryptos with integrated custody. On top of that, in case that wasn't enough, a Vienna-based unit of Raiffeisen Bank is partnered with Bitpanda to offer crypto to its customers. We looked up Bitpanda before. I think that's a division of maybe it's Fireblocks or something. I'm not sure. I know we went over it before. It's really interesting. What to know? As of October, Go Plus has generated $4.7 million total revenue. I'm going to end it right there. Okay, let me click out of that article. Now we're going to get back. Let me check some comments here. Oh, yeah. Chris Sharpie said, like the night we shut down Uphold buying LTO. That was fun. Oh, my God. Chris Sharpie said he tried BP 157 first, and now he's trying Samorlin. I've got Samorlin 2 boxes. Haven't even tried it yet. Dr. Place sent it to me, but I'm too lazy to start anything. Let me just check. Peptide. BP. Okay. Now, what we have, Brad Garlinghouse is saying they don't control the XRP and everything. I want to show you something here. Ripple may be forced to dump 25% of the XRP. Oh, shit. Crypto Hulk. Looks like you called it. Let's look this one up. Here's the title again. Ripple might be forced to dump 25% of the XRP. Oh, shit. How much would that be? About 15 billion of those or 20 billion, something like that. Let's take a look here. Look, I've been telling you for years, there's no way Ripple's going to become a bank and have all that XRP. I already told you all that. If, and it never is going to happen, but let's say if Ripple becomes a bank, it's going to be like a eunuch. They're going to cut the nuts off and then allow Ripple to become a bank, but it's not going to be any different than any other fucking bank. All the good shit, all the proprietary secrets and all whatever super secret Batman shit that they got, that's going to the treasury. Or shit, it's probably going to go to France, okay? Some shit like that. It seems like everything's going to France for some reason. Ripple faces new questions about its escrowed XRP, and smart escrows rise on the XRP ledger. Here's what may push Ripple to sell 25% of the XRP ledger. I'm sorry, the escrowed XRP. Oh, here we go, everybody. I've been telling you about Codius. Oh, shit. No, all the other people, all these fucking dumbasses on Twitter, which became X. Oh, Codius is a dead project. It's not around. Crypto Hulk has no idea. He's just reading old articles. Okay, let's continue. How the new conditional logic works. Number 2, Oracle. Oh, they're talking about smart contracts. Crypto Hulk, are they getting into smart oracles? Because isn't that Codius? Like, Crypto Hulk, haven't you been telling us about smart oracles for 3 years now? Yeah. Wait, Crypto Hulk, haven't you been telling us about how Codius will be used starting about 3 years ago? You told us all this? Yeah. But Crypto Hulk, why is everybody else saying Codius is dead and all that, and they aren't using that was a project that died? Just like, I'm like, you know what? Because they're brain dead. They say it died because they're brain dead, okay? They don't have investigative skills and logic and reasoning like Crypto Hulk. Why smart escrows matter for the XRP ledger ecosystem. Oracle inputs shape real-world use case. Oh, shit. I think we're getting into something here. I think I stepped in something, a big pile of doo-doo. Ripple faces new questions on its escrowed XRP. The Clarity Act. Oh, shit. Where's all this coming? The Clarity Act, everybody. The Genius Act is coming in to take that XRP and escrow like I've been telling you. And they're going to take the treasury and put it in there. And Ripple's not going to have the power to be like Clark Kent. There ain't no fucking way. I told you already. There's no fucking way. Ripple's going to be a bank with 50 billion XRP. You're high as fuck. All those people said that, oh, Ripple's going to become a bank. It won't be Ripple because Ripple is with the XRP and they get the escrow. When you separate Ripple out from that, it's not Ripple anymore. It's just some fucking company, which it won't be. Ripple is the government. So unless we have some kind of special government bank, and I wouldn't hold it past Trump not to start something like that where it's a government-owned bank and it's only for emergency purposes only. And then when the Democrats get a hold of it, Lord help us. But this is where it's all coming from, everybody. Now, this is good and it's bad. I already told you long time ago, it's not all going to be good. There's a battle going down, and they're not wanting us to have any of this XRP. They want us, bro. If we get to buy XRP, it'll be at $1,000 a piece. That's the day they'll probably let us start buying it. Well, let's get on with the article. And I'm going to show you everything I talked about was told you so. XRP trades at around $2 and remains under pressure. Who cares about the fucking price? That's how you, who wrote this article? Oh, shit. Jacob Gibson's talking about price. Poor Jacob. Wow. Must be one of those homeschooled diversity, equity, inclusion hires. He marked XRP trades around $2. XRP remains under pressure after weeks of volatile sentiment, marking a drop of 7.5% and 9% in the last 30 days. Wow, this is so fucking stupid. The token dropped through parts of last month. Wow. That's how Jacob has no idea. Jacob is in a hot air balloon 5,000 feet above the ground, and he's trying to read what's on my cell phone, which he's trying to look at the dirty pictures on my cell phone. He's that far up, he has no idea. Can't even see anything at all. Smart escrows. Oh, now we're talking about smart escrows. You think we're going to get the smart oracles and Codius, Crypto Hulk? Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you what Grok says. And Crypto Hulk was right. Smart escrows now enter the ecosystem. All of a sudden now. And the upgrade unlocks programmable conditions I want you to listen to this. It's starting to get. I'm starting to get el gigante en el pantalones. Smart. I want you to see what happens right here. This is getting really big. It's getting kind of hectic. This is how they could burn up all the XRP. I told you how. But Crypto Hulk, you got 100 billion XRP. How are they going to get to that price? And I'm like, listen here, Steve Urkel. What the fuck did they do with Stellar? They burned up 50% of them. And how? Listen to this right here, dumbass. All the hater dumbasses listening, shut up. Smart escrows, like smart oracles, that's Codius. Just thought I'd let you know. Smart escrows now entered the ecosystem, everybody. Congratulations. Just all of a sudden happened to pop up 3 years after I've been talking about Codius with all you guys. And the upgrade, these smart escrows, they are an upgrade to the regular escrows that we've had. And they, guess what? Guess what these smart ones do? Unlock programmable conditions of the current escrow inside the XRP Ledger's native escrow system. Ladies and gentlemen, they're going to be able to unlock all these cryptos, and if they can burn them up, program them, reprogram whatever they want, I just want you to see Crypto Hulk channel showing you. I was telling you that Codius would do all this shit 3 years in advance, but all these fucking dumbasses are like, oh no, Codius is dead, man. You have no idea. And I'm like, wow. Just like your parents should have died and aborted you. Even though I don't believe in abortion, but in your case, I probably have to. Vet, there's somebody named of Vet, a well-known XRP validator, shared the development on X. His update revealed a major step that turns basic escrows into programmable tools. Oh. The feature introduces on-ledger logic that evaluates present conditions before the funds move. Everybody, this is Codius right here. Ta-da! Codius has come back from the dead. Now, let me explain what happens. You have a crypto, but then it needs a smart contract to tell it what to do. Now, the smart contract is smart, but it needs an oracle to tell it what to do. Now, Ripple designed something called Codius. It's a smart oracle. It comes from Google's native client, which is a sandbox code. So it's, we talked about it, the Interledger Protocol. Well, isn't that something? I'm not getting into it right now, but the Interledger Protocol is already built into the internet. That was from Ripple in 2014. Stefan Thomas invented that along with Evan Smith, Evan Schwartz, David Schwartz's brother. They invented all this shit, everybody, I've been telling you about 12 years ago. Now we have something that is Codius, a advanced Codius with 10 more years of technology added on to the original Codius idea. It's the same fucking thing. It just is more mature. And everybody said it's dead, these fucking dumbasses. The feature introduces on-ledger logic that evaluates present conditions before the funds move. The logic gives users a simple form of automation without a heavy smart contract layer. That's what Codius is, a smart oracle to make smart escrow, okay? The smart escrow model, which is Codius that Crypto Hulk was telling us for 3 years, and everybody else said was dead. It's a model that stores a compact program inside each escrow object. The program checks the conditions in real time and decides whether funds should be released or returned. Users no longer rely on outside systems to manage those conditions. The XRP ledger keeps it fast settlement design while gaining expressive power. You can release escrow funds based on XRP price using what? Oracles. Oh, Crypto Hulk. Holy shit, dude, you were right. They're using smart oracles, everybody. Because oracles are good. Ripple's got smart oracles. Oh, shit. But everybody's, all the people on Twitter X were just like, oh, Crypto Hulk has no idea. And they're laughing. Ha, 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 ha. And it's like, wow, these people are so coked out. They have no fucking idea. Fucking amateurs. Now, there's a guy named Makuka Vidari. He says, I'm starting a series focusing on different aspects of smart escrows. Post number 1, what are smart escrows? This dude's like 3 years behind Crypto fucking Hulk channel. I'm laughing at these fucking bastards on Twitter X. They're so fucking stupid. The embedded logic checks on-chain data or Oracle feeds. Oh, you mean smart Oracle feeds like Codius. Okay, got it. The process stays lightweight so the ledger maintains speed. Oh, they're probably using the Ethereum virtual machine sidechains with that. That's right. That's the Cosmo SDK that Ripple and Pierces made along with Cosmo. Okay. The design fits XRP Ledger's performance. Smart escrows run programs. Smart escrows, because they're using smart oracles, and they run programs that verify rules with minimal friction. Oh, shit. Gotta love it. Crypto Hawk, you're fucking 3 years ahead of these bastards. Okay, thank you very much. I'll pat myself on the back later. Oracles. Now, what's the title of this next section here? Oracle inputs shape real-world use cases. What kind of oracles, Crypto Hawk? Oracles supply data such as exchange rates, delivery confirmations, or compliance checks. Smart escrows use those inputs to determine outcomes. A price-based escrow triggers settlement when XRP hits the target. A price-based escrow based on a smart oracle. See, the oracle tells the smart escrow, well, you can't have a dumb oracle tell a smart escrow, right? But what if you had a smart oracle tell the smart escrow? Now that's starting to make sense, right? Oh, shit. We knew it 3 years in advance on this channel. I told you. Ripple, let me tell you something again. Ripple has all this shit figured out since 2014. I've been telling you the same fucking thing. Ripple is the government. They had all this shit figured out. Ripple Singapore, Ripple China, Ripple Russia. None of these fucking channels have a fucking clue. And they're telling you right here, the oracle is going to tell the smart escrow. Well, it's not just an oracle. It's a smart oracle telling a smart escrow. That's what they're talking about here. Alrighty then. Now, now I took this article right here and I have what's called smart oracles. I have the original Codius deep dive. Let me see if I can find it. I got to. Let me try some here. General counsel. I'm trying to find. It's I can't find that article. They don't want it. I have the my original, but it's kind of personal. I can't give it. Okay, I'm just going to go over it very briefly. Let me check one last thing. I'm having Google AI. I'm seeing if now Google doesn't want to come up with it. Okay. I don't have time to. I don't have time to mess with this right now. Google obviously doesn't want to. Let me check my other source. Give me a minute here. This might work right here. Okay, got it. Now, it's not quite what I have. I have the original version. This is a version that's very close to what I have, but it's missing some minor things. But this is pretty much exactly what I have. I have the actual original that came out 12 years ago. This is kind of like a copy, like, okay. You saw the article that I read about Ripple having to burn up escrow and shit. I just gave you the link to the Codius. Now I ask Grok a question. You see if I can find that question. There's that. Damn it, I really can't find it. Okay. Yeah. Article 1. The first article I showed you is that Ripple Labs could be compelled to sell off 25%. That's Ripple will be left not with 45 billion XRP, but 20 billion. That's what Grok is saying if this happens. It's called the Payment Stablecoins Act in the United States, okay? Notice how the XRP is being called a stablecoin, right? Right here, the Clarity for Payment and Stablecoin Act in the United States. Well, why would this deal with XRP? It's not a stablecoin. Well, what have I been showing you about the World Bank calling Ripple a stablecoin? I've been telling you this now for the past year. Here's this article right here. World Bank. Nobody's really talking about that except Crypto Hulk for the past year. Look at this right here. Ripple's XRP gains stablecoin status from the World Bank. That's 1 year ago. Now, back to what I was saying. The first article says that due to the proposed, quote, Clarity for Payment Stablecoin Act in the United States, Ripple may have to burn off 20 billion. Well, why, Crypto Hulk? They're not stablecoins. They're not? Well, I've been showing you the World Bank says they are. Why did Ripple Labs make the RLUSD stablecoin? Hey, I don't have all the answers, man. All I know is that Grok and the Clarity for Stablecoin Act is calling the XRP a stablecoin. Oh, shit. The act aims to cap any single entity control over a blockchain's token supply at 20%. To promote decentralization and prevent market dominance. Ripple's large holdings, according to Grok, stem from its role as the creator of XRP. Oh, so Ripple made XRP, with much of it held in escrow for controlled releases. See, Ripple tries to make it seem like just somebody made all this XRP and it's the community. They're trying to distance them. They're the fucking ones that made this shit, okay? Potential buyers might include institutional investors or entities interested in long-term XRP access and could flood the market. These could involve selling rights to future escrow releases or tying purchases to specific destination accounts. Motivation for buying include using XRP for cross-border payments. So now we look at the page, we look at what I just showed you, smart contracts and stuff. Now let's go I'm not going to get into what smart oracles and smart escrows. That's in the second article there, okay? The research report. Now, I asked Grok, are these two articles talking about the same thing? Let's hear what Grok says. Are they talking about similar things? Grok says yes. These articles are closely related, both rooted in the Ripple XRP ecosystem, both of these articles, and exploring advanced ways to handle programmable logic and automation in financial systems. Both of these articles focus on what? Smart mechanisms. I'm not talking about any specific. Grok, we're talking about smart mechanisms that incorporate oracles, external data feeds to enable conditional automated actions without relying on heavy blockchain-based smart contracts. We're getting rid of smart contracts. For the past 3 years, I've been showing you Codius, smart oracles, Google's native client. Codius is not dead. Those dumb people's brain cells are, okay? That's what's dead. We've moved away from smart contracts. We're moving into now not just oracles. Everybody's got oracles. That's not a big deal. What we're moving into is smart escrow because you have smart oracles working together. Just like Crypto Hulk has been telling you for 3 years, okay? The second article that I showed you deals with smart oracles. And what do? Provide off-chain execution with oracle inputs for real-world triggers. Okay, the first article, we went over how they want to burn up. The government wants to take 20%, right? The first article, here's what Grok says. Article 1 deals with Ripple's XRP holdings and the XRPL features, which evolved from early ideas like Codius. Oh, shit. Both of these articles are talking and or dealing with Codius and Codius technology. These two are dealing with that, okay? This is what Grok is saying. From which both evolved from early ideas like Codius. They come from Codius, okay? This is what these two articles are intertwined with the technology of Codius, which has advanced over the past 10 years. Still Codius. It's a higher level evolution of Codius, just like I've said for 3 years. Talks about the on-ledger iteration of the off-chain smart oracles concept. That's Codius. Both articles 1 and 2 aiming to automate financial products like payments. Article 1 is more regulatory based to avoid dumps, pump dumps, and shit like that. Article 2 is foundational, technical proposal for broader smart contract via Codius, which was experimental and later discontinued, but influenced later developments. So this is what we're seeing here. They've evolved. That Codius evolved. Ripple's push towards smarter, Oracle-driven financial tech. Oracle-driven, there you go. Smart oracles, smart contracts. That's what we've been talking about for 3 years on the show. Let me click out of that. Let me see where we're at as far as time. Up 4 minutes. Oh, shit. Now, here's the problem I have with Chainlink. This is just my opinion. Doesn't mean that is true. If Ripple has smart escrow contracts and smart oracles, what does it need Chainlink for? Because Chainlink's just an oracle. That's all I'm saying with that one. I'm not making any kind of statement about anything. That's all. That's all I think I'm going to get into tonight. I didn't have time to go over the Ripple court case. I might hold on to that one for tomorrow because I outlined it, but I might just scratch it completely. I'm not sure. We got a good article for tomorrow. I got a show tomorrow in the morning. I got maybe half of a show built. We got, I got some good stuff lined up for tomorrow. And I might have a deep dive too for a crypto that we might be able to get. I'm not sure. But I think that'll be a wrap. Because we got like 2 minutes pretty much. So, all right, that'll be it for today. And I'm going to get to work right now. And I'll have give me about 2 hours-ish. Then I'll post tomorrow's show. So you'll see something later.